I think that my lowest point was when I genuinely considered dropping out and becoming a TikTok influencer. I think I could have done it. Hi, my name is Ujjal and I am in my second year studying medicine at Cambridge. Now I know a lot of freshers are about to start soon and college students are thinking about uni choices, so I thought it'd be nice to make a video about my first year and my experiences here. So the things I'm going to be talking about are the collegiate system and college families, freshers, social life, and finally exams and workload. I'll try and timestamp things down below, so if you don't want to check out all of the video, then that's completely fine. So Cambridge has a collegiate system in place, and what that means is the university is split into different colleges, and there's about 31 different colleges, I think, and instead of applying to the university itself, you apply to different colleges. Think of the colleges as Harry Potter houses, so it's where you stay, it's where you eat, it's where you live, but obviously there's no magic, no wands, no danger, but we do get to wear fancy gowns, I guess. Now each college is different. Some have more money, some are more central, some are bigger, and etc, etc. I go to Sydney, Sussex, which is quite small, but I kind of like that. We're very central and we're referred to as the Sainsbury College because, well, yeah, we're right outside of Sainsbury's. To be fair, I don't think it's the worst thing to be known for. Now, a big part of the collegiate system is the college family. So somewhere through first year, you propose to your best friend and they become your college husband or your college wife. This is me proposing to my college husband. If you zoom in close enough, you can see that I'm proposing with a penny. Yeah, not all of us in Cambridge are rich. And in your second year, you get given children, which are new freshers that you look after. I personally really like the college family system because as soon as I arrived in Cambridge, I had a sister, I had a dad and mum to look after me and take me under their wing. And it's really nice to arrive and have that group of people that you already know and that you can talk to anytime you want. One of your college parents will also do the same subject as you, which means that you can go to them for any sort of help and stuff like that. My college dad gave me his notes and was pretty much there for any questions I had. So when I got here, it was kind of like a different experience to what I was expecting from my friends' Snapchats and stuff like that. So instead of a freshers week or a freshers month, as some people have, we had a fresher 4 days. Yeah, and it was really packed. Like the timetable was perhaps a bit too busy. It meant that you didn't really have much time to kind of relax and unwind. But in some ways it was sort of a good thing because it meant that you were constantly doing something and you constantly were talking to new people and meeting everyone else in your college. So it was really nice to build that sort of sense of community almost right off the bat. And by the end of freshers, pretty much everyone knew everyone else. Aside from the normal nights out and stuff like that, each college also runs their own events, and these are called bops. So during freshers we had an alphabet bop where you go in dressed as something that begins with the first letter of your name. My name being Ujjal didn't really give me much option. So one thing that I was worried about was matriculation, and that was just because I overthought things. I don't know who it was, but someone told me that during matriculation it was almost like a cult-like feel, that you'd be joining the college for life and you'd have to write your name and swear an oath in Latin and whatnot, and for some reason that just got in my head and I started getting really panicky. Like, I don't know how to speak in Latin. Who speaks in Latin? But apparently I had nothing to worry about. It was actually quite a nice service. We were in a church chapel and all we had to do was get up one by one and write our name in a big book. Apart from that, it was pretty much a normal fresher with just going out, making new friends and drinking maybe a bit too much. Sorry, Mum. So a big misconception that me and my friends back home had about Cambridge was that it'd be filled with people who just never wanted to go out and didn't really want to do anything but study. I thought that the social life was pretty much non-existent here, and that's what I was afraid of. This was not the case. Yeah, I think the biggest challenge on people's social life was sort of finding that balance between work and going out. Because here a lot of work builds up very quickly and it's really hard to get back on top of things once you slip up. The clubs themselves are I think the best way of describing them would be small and sweaty. I mean, it's a good night out if you go out with the right people, but expect a lot of sweaty nights. Now, sports I really enjoyed this year, mainly because of the whole college system. It just means that you get to try out a lot more different sports in a more chilled sort of environments. So you can obviously go to the uni team where things might be more competitive and to a higher level, or you could go college level, which is usually just really chill. So for example, I tried lacrosse, rugby, football, basketball and netball. And if you look at me, I'm not the biggest guy. So if someone like me can go out and have fun playing rugby, it just shows how chill things are and that you can just go out and try whatever you want and have fun. And there are a lot of societies to try. So you have your typical sports teams, and then you have things like tiddlywink and wholesome things like Hummer Society to stuff like Drinking Sock. And the societies are a great way of sort of taking you out the library and giving you a break from your studies so you can have fun and try new things. Which brings me to the last sort of section that I wanted to cover. Cambridge is a lot of work. Like, a lot. First term I didn't really know what was going on and I didn't know how to approach things. Like, we were trying everything and nothing was working. So first term was pretty much spent trying to get a sort of handle on everything. But yeah, first term was really rough. I remember feeling so stressed and out of place and feeling like everyone else was just so much smarter than me. In fact, I remember one night, just coming back from a night out, just crying on FaceTime to my girlfriend because I just couldn't cope with the jump. And I was actually so loud that I woke up my neighbour Jim. And Jim's a lovely guy, but he's not the best when it comes to emotional situations. So he was just there sort of patting me on my back saying, there, there. Yeah. But things did get better and I got more accustomed to the workload. There were still ups and downs. In exam term, it was like everyone just sort of switched into turbo mode. So most of my friends would be up at like 9 or 10 and then in the library until midnight or whatever. One time I remember it was 2 a.m. and it was just me and my group of friends left in the library. So we just had like a massive paper fight with all of our notes. Yeah, we probably should have just gone to bed. And because this sort of workload was happening for a month or so, everyone sort of had to deal with it in their own way. I stress ate and napped. My friend Jamie did this for some reason, and my other friend Joe did this. Yeah, odd. But despite all the work that I had to put in the last term, I think it was sort of like my favourite sort of term, because it was a term everything sort of just came together. And yes, I was in the library for so long and doing a lot of work, and boy was I stressed. But I was sort of doing it with all my friends and we were all in the library together, sort of egging each other on. And I guess one thing that I really enjoyed was the fact that it was the first time I sort of revised with a whole group of friends and sat together for the whole day. Granted that revision isn't sort of the best thing that you'd want to do with all your friends, but it was still really nice. And that kind of really sums up my year. It was a lot of work and stress, but it was also fun at the same time. The hard parts actually made the nights out and the formals and the glamorous balls just feel that much better because it felt like I had earned it. This year at Cambridge has been like the best year of my life, and that's the first term included. Crying and whatnot. I got to try things and step out of my comfort zone. I've been given opportunities and experiences that I didn't think I'd get. I made so many friends that are so amazing and I love so much. And yeah, this year's been fun.